This is the brand new DJI Neo, and it's DJI's portable and palmable drone. It weighs 135 grams. It can fly for up to 18 minutes. And I've only had a chance to use this and test this for about 5 days. So in this video, I'm just gonna go over some of the highlighting features of this drone, talk about what I like, what I don't like, and keep in mind that all of the firmware that I'm using currently is pre-release. Let's get started. What's good, everybody? Ken here. You're watching OriginaldoBo, and this is the DJI Neo. Like I said, it's a very small 135 gram drone that is takeoff weight. So that's with battery loaded, it weighs 135 grams. It is sort of a cross between a GPS drone and a DJI Avata. There is multiple ways to fly and operate this aircraft, which make it much more unique than anything else that DJI is currently selling. Also, from my understanding, this is going to come in at a very attractive $199 price tag for just the drone itself, which makes it very, very attainable for many people. Also, a lot of the controls on this are super dead simple, and you don't have to be a novice to be able to use this safely. All right, so let's just jump right into the specifications. So the DJI Neo can film in up to 4K 30 frames per second. Of course, you have 1080p 60 and 30 frame modes as well. It has a 12 megapixel camera that's capable of taking still photos. There are no color profiles. It can turn off the image stabilization that it uses in support of gyro flow. It can film in 16:9 or 4:3. And like I said, the image itself, it's not adjustable, meaning that there is no D-log, sharpness settings, or saturation settings. So you sort of just get this for what it is, and that's it. The battery is a 1435 milliamp hour battery. By the rating, it's good for about 18 minutes of flight. In my experience in flying this, I'm seeing more like 12 to 13 minutes takeoff to land. And I'm sure that's pretty much going to be the average that many will see, unless if DJI does something to improve some of that flight time. There is no obstacle avoidance on this drone. You do have sensors down below, vision position sensors. It does have GPS on board as well. Inside a home, I don't find that I have any issues with it operating or flying with or without GPS. I haven't flown this in low light situations, so I'm not really sure how this will work if it doesn't maintain GPS, but so far from what I've seen, I haven't had any problems. It also has built-in prop guards on this, making it super safe. I was able to let my daughter, my 2-year-old daughter, hand catch this in her hand without concern that she would get cut by the blades. It does have a 2-axis gimbal here on the front with image stabilization built into the camera. Like I said, you can turn that off in lieu of gyro flow. All right, let's talk about these mode buttons and how you operate this aircraft. There are multiple controllers that can be used with this, making this sort of a Swiss Army knife of drones. For starters, you don't even need a mobile phone or controller to be able to operate this. You can just toggle through some of these smart settings here on the top. There are 6 different flight modes that the Neo can operate on.
Follow. Droney. Circle. Rocket. Spotlight. Direction track.
In addition to the smart flight modes, you can use your mobile device if you want more precise control over Wi-Fi. This is great if you're going to be indoors and not necessarily outside, although it does work very well for tracking subjects and changing the position of the tracking. This also will be sold with the RC-N3, which is exclusive to the DJI Neo at the immediate moment. This supports OcuSync 4, and you have enhanced range, and it operates more like a DJI Mini 3 or Mini drone, which is fantastic for those transitioning GPS pilots. And if that's not good enough for you, you can use your Goggles 3 in addition with the DJI FPV RC or the motion controller, which I haven't tested with yet, but I have been using the RC3, and I figure that is pretty much my favorite way to fly because it makes this into a tiny whoop. And yes, you can activate manual mode. Let's talk about that manual mode though. All right, so in manual mode, I feel like it's sort of like manual with a high level of assistance. If you're somebody that's not familiar with flying FPV and you don't understand how to operate an aircraft manually, you'll be happy to know that this makes it a much easier and much more seamless experience. Now, albeit you're not going to be able to get super crazy with it because it will limit you and kick you out of that manual mode if it exceeds the battery's capabilities, because with the small battery comes power constraints, and this definitely is something that is affected by those constraints of a 1400 milliamp hour battery. But it is still nice to be able to fly around, fly it like an FPV drone, but without all of that risk involved. All right, let's talk about the overall camera quality, because I think that's what a lot of people are really most interested in. Now, I knew that the camera wasn't going to be something super amazing. Now, it shoots up to 4K 30 frames per second, and all of the footage that I am showing you on the screen is at its highest resolution, 4K 30 frames per second. It's a 75 megabit bit rate written to an internal storage device. There is no external storage on this. It has 22 gigs of onboard storage, which seems to be enough. And at 75 megabits, I would expect the image quality to be a little bit better, but I do see a lot of artifacting, a lot of banding. Now, keep in mind, this is something that could be improved, but I will say the image quality is nowhere near as good as the DJI O3 Air unit, in my opinion, and it's nowhere near as good as even the Mini 3 Pro or the Avata footage. It's probably not even as good as the Avata 1 footage, if I'm just being 100% completely real right now, just because of the artifacting, and it's very noticeable in the skies. If you pay attention to the blues, you'll see this blocky sort of weirdness, and I'm not transferring these to my phone and then transferring it in editing. I'm actually just offloading this directly from the device, plugged into the computer, directly to my hard drives. So I know what I'm seeing is accurate, and I've talked to other creators that have been operating this that have claimed that the camera quality does lack. It's just like oversaturated, over HDR'd. And some of the clips where I'm outside in golden hour, you can really see it in my face, where there's just an immense amount of noise and artifacting. It's a little strange. I think this is something that DJI can fix and hopefully improve. But if you're buying this for the overall camera quality, you will be disappointed. But a beginner, somebody that's never flown a drone before, likely will not be upset with the camera quality, and it'll probably be perfectly passable. All right, so in the end, who is the DJI Neo for? Speed, Tom, speed, holy I was wondering. I thought I was going to be cute and sit down. That was not. Oh, God, that wasn't demure. See, I'm not like the other reviewers. I sit down, very demure, very nice. The heat is burning my ass. Not very mindful. Alrighty, so the Neo is going to be best suited for beginners and small children, or people that just want to operate this indoors. I think if you were looking for something fun first before anything that you're going to be able to be proud of the image quality on, then the Neo is absolutely...
Hi. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
You were looking at us.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Basically, if you are somebody who is a kid, a beginner, or don't have the ability to take this out and fly somewhere, maybe you're in restricted airspace and you want to fly indoors, or make this a drone for around the home, this will definitely be the best way to go. Now, I do want to reiterate, just because this is 135 grams doesn't mean it supersedes any of the rules designated by the FAA. It is still bound by all the legalities with a drone, with the exception of if you are indoors, there are no restrictions on how this can fly or what you can do. And I think that's really where DJI aims to position this, more for an indoor follow me selfie drone. We're seeing a lot of these selfie drones pop up, and I do think it's a good thing, and I do like them, so long as we mind people's privacy and respect people's individual space. I think that these will be really awesome. But if you are purchasing this for the image quality, you will be disappointed, but from a sheer fun factor, and if you have other components, you will definitely be entertained, that's for sure. That's gonna do it for this first impressions. If you wanna know more about the Neo, I will be posting a full review. And if you wanna see direct comparisons with this, the Avata, and some of the other camera qualities from DJI to back up some of the claims I made in this video, drop a comment down below and I'll go ahead and spool that video up. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Stay original.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family, so they go pretend that they cool till they busted your motherfucking chest. I'm getting gut, my flow been like butter, my checking